What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a breakdown for the weekly reset this Tuesday, January 16th, 2024. And so we're going into week 8 of Season of the Wish in Destiny 2, and this time we should see the final exotic refit catalyst upgrade for the Wishkeeper, as well as unlocking a new secret in game. So we'll talk about what to expect there, but additionally, we'll have a refresh on the new season content, we'll cover some updates from Bungie on the week ahead, plus we're going to see new unlocks and challenges, and as always, we get the raid refreshes, exotic mission rotator, and featured activities, as well as some farmable loot for the week, the Nightfall, playlist modes, and key unlocks. So we're going to round up everything worth knowing about what's happening in the game this week, and as always, I hope you find the video today useful. If you do enjoy it, a rating below very much helps us out, but now, let's get into it. And firstly, looking at new seasonal content, the milestones and rewards will refresh, of course, for the core activities, but the main season story quest is now concluded, so as far as we know, there won't be any major story beats in the week ahead, but we do still have one more exotic catalyst to pick up for the Wishkeeper in this star-crossed mission. And that should be the hatchling weapon refit, so it'll be interesting to try it out, but also, we've been tracking the progress of a hidden portal at the end of Starcrossed, and as far as we know, this will become available when unlocking the final Wishkeeper catalyst this week. But on top of that, there's a hidden emblem tied to Starcrossed, which is called Well-Tended Garden, and it looks like that one's likely to release this week for those who've unlocked the full mission, so that's a small extra component to look out for, but as always, it's something I'll keep you posted on. And now, before we talk any more about gameplay stuff for the week, Bungie did confirm that we'll see the return of the TWID, which is Bungie's weekly update, on the 18th of January, so that'll be this Thursday, and it'll be the first major communication that Bungie have published in 2024, so it'll be interesting to see what they talk about, with players anticipating info and updates regarding content this season, but also some of the updates that Bungie will be doing in the coming months. There'll certainly be a bit of expectation there. Of course, we'll have to wait and see what we get, but I'll be sure to keep you posted when the TWID drops on Thursday. Next up though, we get new weekly seasonal challenges, and firstly, we have Better Half to complete the exotic mission Starcrossed on Legend difficulty. Then there is Nest Egg to complete the coil activity and access the Chamber of Wishes. But we also have Ritual Ornament to acquire any ornament for the seasonal ritual weapon, Taking All Challenges to complete weekly playlist challenges. But additionally, there's Fleeting Glory to complete Crucible matches in the competitive playlist, and we get bonus progress for wins. And there's also Life Dispersion to defeat targets with Solar, Stasis, or Strand subclasses equipped in Gambit, and bonus progress is granted for ability final blows and final blows against Guardians. And then the very final challenge is Kinetic Forces to get final blows with kinetic weapons, and bonus progress is granted for defeating Guardians. So those are the challenges for this week, and it's worth mentioning for Gambit that we are going to see bonus Gambit ranks all week long, so if you want to level up with the Drifter, it'll be a good time to jump in. But otherwise, we do get the refresh on the Warlord's Ruin dungeon this week, so if you're still hunting down any of the items, the exotic weapon, or any of the legendary stuff, there are renewed opportunities to pick things up there. But when it comes to the Crucible, we're going to see Control, Clash, and Showdown featured as the core playlists this week, but of course, Trials of Osiris will return with Friday's daily reset. And then over to the Vanguard, the featured Nightfall for this week will be Birthplace of the Vial, so it'll be interesting to jump back into that one, with the featured weapon being the loaded Question Fusion Rifle. On top of that though, Grandmasters are now available. And then as we look to the featured raid and dungeons this week, firstly, we've got Last Wish in the Dreaming City, which of course fits the season pretty well, and all of the items there are going to be farmable, including the 1000 Voices, so it's a good one to jump into if you're still hunting down any rewards there. But additionally on the Moon, we'll also see the Duality Dungeon featured, where we can pick up the Heart Shadow Sword, so a couple of good farmable exotics this week if you still need to pick them up, and all of these items will be dropped with updated power relevancy. And then in the Legends tab, the featured exotic mission this week will be Presage, so if you still need to pick up the Dead Man's Tale, which is now craftable, or any of the weapons from Season of the Haunted, it's a good one to dive into. But finally, as we jump into the Dares of Eternity right here, on top of the core loot drops, this week we'll get Rotation 3 loot drops as additional drops, and that includes the Scatterhorn armor and the Lightkin armor sets, as well as some weapons from Season of the Splicer and Forsaken as additional drops. And then we have the featured Lost Sectors for the week, and starting out on Tuesday, we'll see Concealed Void on Europa dropping exotic helmets. Then it'll move over to Neomuna with the Thrillerdrome on January 17th dropping exotic legs, which is followed by Gilded Precept on January 18th dropping exotic arms. But then for January 19th, we'll see Scavenger's Den on the EDZ dropping exotic chest pieces. That's followed by Skydock dropping exotic helmets on January 20th, the Quarry on January 21st dropping exotic legs, and finally, back to the Dreaming City for January 22nd with the Felion's Rest, which will be dropping exotic gauntlets. And to the Dreaming City for the Ascendant Challenge this week, if you're jumping in, it'll be the Agonarch Abyss, which can be found via the Bay of Drowned Wishes right next to the spawn in Devalian Mist, so a pretty easy one to find, but I will run a clip at the end of the video showing the location and collectibles for the week. And otherwise, that rounds up pretty much everything worth knowing about what's happening in Destiny 2 this reset. So, as always guys, I hope you found the video useful, and if you have, a rating below very much helps us out on the channel, but also let us know down below if there's any stuff you're still working on this season, or things you're going to dive in to get done this weekly reset. But if you want to see more Destiny content, definitely get subscribed to the channel and turn on notifications so I can keep you up to date with more stuff. But otherwise, I appreciate you tuning in today. We should also see the TWID this week for the first time this year, so it'll be interesting to see what Bungie have to say. As always, I will keep you posted, but otherwise, I hope you guys have an awesome day.
The current. You're so deep into the well.
Guardian down.